Tonight, I will tell you a story. A story about a house that everyone in the village feared. A house that looked normal during the day, but after sunset, it started whispering. This is the story of a girl named Mira, who decided to discover the secret behind those whispers. Mira was 22, smart, curious, brave. She moved to a small village called Dharampur for her new job as a school teacher. The village was peaceful, green fields, narrow roads, friendly people. Only one thing was strange. At the end of the village, there was an old abandoned house. Everyone called it the Whispering House. Villagers told her, "Don't go there after dark. You will hear whispers, voices, footsteps, but nobody will be inside." Mira didn't believe in ghosts. She thought the villagers were superstitious. But one night, she heard something. The time was around 10 p.m. Mira was sitting near her window, reading a book. Suddenly, she jumped. She looked outside. Nobody. Again. "Mira, don't come near the house." A cold shiver ran through her body. The sound was coming from the direction of the old house. She tried to ignore it. Maybe her mind was tired. But the next day at school, a small boy named Aman asked, "Teacher, did the house whisper your name last night?" Mira froze. "How do you know that?" Aman quietly said, "It whispers to everyone who tries to ignore it." For the next 3 nights, the whispers continued. Sometimes soft, sometimes louder, sometimes sounding like a man, sometimes like a woman. One night, the whisper changed. "Mira, someone needs your help." She couldn't sleep. Who needed help? Why her name? Why only after dark? Her curiosity grew. At the school, Mira asked among the children, "Where did this whispering start?" Aman said, "Teacher, 5 years ago, a girl named Ritu went missing. She lived near that house. After she disappeared, the house started whispering every night." Mira felt chills. What happened to her? What happened to her? No one knows. Police searched everywhere, but she was never found. Mira decided something. She would go to the house. Not during the day, but at night. Mira entering the house at 11 p.m. Full moon. Mira took a torchlight and walked toward the old house. The gate creaked. The trees rustled. The wind was cold. As she stepped inside, she whispered to herself, "It's just a house, not a ghost." But the moment she entered, the whisper came again. Clear. Close. Inside the house. "Who are you?" she shouted. "What do you want?" The whisper said, "Find me. I'm still here." She saw a staircase. Something inside her told her to go up. At the end of the corridor, there was a door. Old, rusty, locked. Suddenly, bang! Something hit the door from inside. Mira stepped back. The whisper said, "Open the door, please." She used her hairpin to open the lock. Inside the room, dust, cobwebs, broken furniture. And then she saw it, a diary. She picked it up. The first page said, "Ritu's diary." Her hands shook. She opened the diary. "If anyone finds this, I want you to know. I didn't run away. Someone locked me in the attic. I'm scared. I hear footsteps every night." Page after page, the writing became shaky. Until the last line, "If I die, please help me come out." Mira felt her heart pounding. So Ritu never ran away. She was trapped here. But where was she now? Suddenly, the whisper grew louder. "Look above." Mira pointed her torch upward. There was a small wooden door in the ceiling. The attic entrance. She pulled the rope. Dust fell. The door opened. She climbed up slowly. The attic was dark. Smelled old, damp, forgotten. Her torchlight moved across the room and stopped. A small corner. A broken bangle. A ribbon. A name written on the wall, Ritu. Suddenly, the whisper changed into a soft sobbing sound. Myra's throat tightened. Ritu had been kept here. Probably died here. Suddenly, creak. Footsteps. Someone was inside the house. Not whispering. Not a ghost. Real footsteps. Mira turned off her torch and hid behind a wooden box. The footsteps came closer, closer, closer. A man's voice said, "Who entered this house?" Meera recognized the voice. It was the village head, Mr. Keshav. She had met him on her first day in the village. A polite man, helpful, smiling. What was he doing here, at midnight? He climbed up into the attic. Meera held her breath. Keshav looked around and muttered, "Why is the attic open? I locked it myself 5 years ago. Why can't Ritu stay buried in silence?" Myra's eyes widened. He was the one. He locked Ritu in this attic. She accidentally kicked a stone. It rolled. Keshav turned. "Who's there?" Meera didn't wait. She ran down the steps, through the corridor, and out of the house. Keshav shouted, "Stop! Come back!" She ran fast. She reached her house, locked the door, and dialed the police. Within 20 minutes, police arrived and searched the house. They found Ritu's diary, Ritu's belongings, Keshav's fingerprints everywhere, and a small bone pendant that belonged to Ritu. Keshav tried to escape, but he was caught. After hours of interrogation, he confessed everything. He had locked Ritu in the attic after an argument. He planned to let her out later, but fear of getting caught made him hide the truth. Ritu died inside the attic. When Keshav got arrested, Meera went to the house one last time. She stood inside the empty attic and said softly, "I found the truth, Ritu. You are free now." The wind blew warmly across her face. For the first time, there was no whisper, only peace.